Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Best day of the week. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you. It has been a very long time since I've done a solo episode. So I am very much looking forward to this. Um, Today, we're talking all about the idea of discovery calls and what your prospects, what your clients wish that you knew before having these. So we'll get into all of that. But as always, let's do a starter question. My starter question is, what do you do when you're feeling overwhelmed? Put it in the comments. What do you do when you're feeling overwhelmed? Let's see. What do y'all do when you're feeling overwhelmed? Can't wait. Put it in the comments. I was feeling overwhelmed this morning, and what I realized helps me is I have to get it all down on a list. Have to write it all down, all the things. My poor husband got a ongoing list from me about 15 things in the middle of the night that I just couldn't get out of my head. This morning he's like, you good? I'm like, yeah, just overwhelmed. Natalie, she goes to Target when she feels overwhelmed. What do you do when you're feeling overwhelmed? I write it all down. Text less and focus on the present. Reach out to friends, getting together, doing relaxing things like wine bars. I love that, Crystal. In reality, I'm a lister too. Yep. No surprise there, Natalie. Create a spreadsheet. Of course you do, Leah. Kelly, grab a book, lay in a hammock, set a timer. Setting a timer is a great idea. I never really thought about that. Like, just, hey, look, I'm going to be overwhelmed for the next 7 minutes, and that's what it's going to be. And I'm going to feel it, and then I'm going to get over it or whatever. Then I'm going to move past it. I love that. Take a deep breath and look. Take a deep breath and look at what is actually priority. Oh my gosh. I could do a whole episode on this, the difference between urgent and important. And I think that that's exactly what you're saying, Dina, is like really figure out what is important. What do we really need to go do? Holly, list things and then walk away for a bit. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. Jenna, I lay back on the couch, close my eyes, and breathe and think about the tasks that are overwhelming me and pick the top 3 things to tackle now. So good. This absolutely was a selfish intro question today because I needed just to get all of the overwhelm out. It's everything. It's like so much is happening with Prowess and so much is happening with life and so much is happening in family and friends. And it's just like, blah. So sounds like I am going to do some breath work after this and get it all out. But one thing that really brings me joy is helping all of the online business managers who are a part of our wide community succeed. And that is exactly why I have decided to talk about this topic today. So, real quick, Ashley Connell here, CEO and founder of Prowess Project. What we do is we help mainly women either return to the workforce or pivot in their career to become online business managers. What's an online business manager? It is a cross between a COO and a virtual assistant. From there, we train them and match them up with their ideal candidates. So, that being said, my role at Prowess Project is to speak to all of the different small business owners, CEOs, entrepreneurs who are that true visionary and need an online business manager. And oftentimes, this is the first time they've ever hired for this type of role. Maybe they have had a VA. Maybe they have hired a consultant to help build out things. Maybe they have hired a coach, but an OBM, the idea of an OBM is completely foreign to them. So again, it is the first time. So that's why I wanted to, I don't know, like bring you behind the curtain, so to speak, because there's so many things that they tell me that I'm like, oh my gosh, if only the OBMs knew this. you would not be nervous, or you would know exactly what to do, or you could systematize the heck out of this. So, again, that's really what I want to bring you today. And I have 9 different things that I'm going to share with you. That being said, I want to deliver as much value as possible. So if you have questions along the way, put it into chat and we will get those answered. And if I can't answer them, maybe we'll do a whole other live on it, or I'll get back to you in some way. Okay. Okay. Foundation. When I say a discovery call, what that means to me, so that we're all speaking the same language, is someone reaches out to you, or a CEO is introduced to you who may be interested in working with you. And it's simply a get to know you call. That's what I'm talking about here, right? That is the first, oftentimes live touch point. So this is what they wish you knew. We are talking about the discovery call here. In actuality, the interview, the assessment, the understanding if you're going to be a good fit for them started 10 steps ago. Started when they started researching you. Started when they realized that they had a problem and started asking people. So that's why it's so important to have a very clear, seamless, easy experience in all of your front facing platforms or front facing advertising. What do I mean by that? I mean your LinkedIn page. I mean your website. I mean your Facebook page. I mean anything that people could come to that tells about your products and services. Okay. So as soon as they reach that, or start emailing with you, they are thinking about that. Now, why? Why? They are hiring you, most likely, to help with what? Operations. And oftentimes, what that means is all of the behind the scenes, so that their prospects and their audience have a seamless, quick, easy process, right? So, how do you best show that you can do that for them? By having it in your own process, having it in your own experience. And this should be relatively fun and easy for all of you, because what this stuff means is, on my website, was it easy to find the button that says book a call? In the book a call, did I get reminders of, hey, the call's coming up, here are some things to think about, or here is a resource that you can check out, or hey, here is a blog. Just again, thinking through that experience, because they're immediately going to transfer that experience to, hey, this OBM can do that for me. Okay. It is so important that you walk the walk and talk the talk when it comes to working with, or to interviewing, or pitching your services. Another thing that I have found is really important, and I already touched on it slightly, is provide value before the actual call. Send them resources, send them an about me, send them an email with a video about you, because again, they're thinking about, how is this person surprising and delighting me, and how are they going to transfer that over to my business? So that was the first one. Really start way before you actually get on the call with them. That's when they start the assessment, because you are all about operations, tech, automation, experience. Okay. The second thing, this makes me so happy when I hear this. And the fact that I said happy is probably absolutely the wrong word. But one of my favorite things when I talk to CEOs about, once we put like matches in front of them, or they are looking at the different OBM candidates that they get to interview or have a discovery call with, they say, wow, I am so intimidated by these women. These women are so smart. These women are so accomplished. These women have so many skills. These women have done so much and helped so many people and just look like they have their shit together. I hear that all the time. And I really wanted to share that with all of you because I know oftentimes as the OBM, it is intimidating on the other end too, right? You're speaking to a CEO who went out on his or her own and built something from scratch. That's intimidating as well. But I just want to reinforce that you are so accomplished already before you get on the phone with them that they're feeling nervous. They're thinking, oh my gosh, is that OBM going to want to work with me? They're going to see all my vulnerabilities in my mess of a back end business. And so again, I just share with you not to be cocky, but to have that confidence and own the fact that heck yeah, you've done a lot of great things and you have skills that they don't have and they need them and want them and value them. Value them. And this is really, really important, especially as an online business manager, because as I said at the beginning, most of the CEOs who are looking to hire an OBM, they've never hired an OBM before. Oftentimes, when I explain what an OBM is, I hear, oh my gosh, that sounds too good to be true. And I'm like, it sounds like that, doesn't it? But actually, in fact, these women are just unicorns. And so they are going in thinking, oh my gosh, I'm speaking to a unicorn. And they are. So I say that just own it. Own all the things that you have done. You think in technology, you think in data, you think in processes, you think in systems. They don't. They immediately see value just because of the way that you think. All right. Questions on that one at all? Uh, awesome. All right. So, number 3, you get on the discovery call with them. All right. Get them talking. You ask them questions. Do not start rattling off what you can deliver to them. Don't. You want the prospect, the CEO, to start telling you what they need, where they are going, what is their why, what is preventing them from getting there, what if they already tried. You need to be able to understand the context of where they are coming in so that you can understand as an OBM with your own expertise in your own niches or your own certain technologies that you like to work with, if it's a fit. And you can't know that until you better understand their problem. I actually heard, I think it is Fathom, the meeting note tool that will show you the percentage of time that you're speaking versus the other person that you're talking to in a meeting. I thought that that was fascinating. So when you are on a sales call like this, stop. Ask them questions. Figure out exactly what success looks like for them. And then sell that directly to them. Sell the solution to their problem. As an online business manager, oftentimes you are a Swiss Army knife. You can do anything. Like someone needs a customer journey, done, can do that. Someone needs a dashboard built, done, can do that. But that feels very overwhelming to CEOs who are just tiptoeing into hiring an OBM. So start with exactly what they are telling you the problem is. And sure, you have all these other things that you can deliver them. And you have all these other services. And maybe like all of these services will help them and you will incorporate them or maybe you will upsell them. And that's all great. But for this first conversation, you do not want to confuse them. You want to sell them exactly the solution that they need for their exact problem, assuming you actually deliver it. I'm not saying go out and sell something that isn't in alignment or something that isn't part of your zone of genius or expertise or something you don't want to do. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm saying just if you can do 10 different things, but they're only talking about 3, don't talk about the rest of the 7. Just don't. It gets confusing. Okay? That is a big one. Big one, big one, big one. So please like underline, put a post-it note is sell them what they need. All right? Here is another one that I really, really like. People, especially visionary CEOs, they think in relationships. They think in stories. They think in pictures. They're visionaries. They're relationship people. They're grandiose. Okay. So as you're thinking about your sales conversation or your discovery call conversation, always have 3 different stories in your back pocket of how you have helped people solve a problem that is similar to theirs. Or 3 different stories that are centered around the 3 main services that you offer, or the 3 main problems that you solve. They may not remember anything about the discovery call, but they will remember the fact that you helped CEO Janie go on a 2-week vacation laptop free. They'll remember that because they're like, "Oh wait, I'll have one of those." Like on the menu of things that I want a laptop free vacation. Okay? So the stories are just such great anchor points and things that they will remember, especially if they're talking to 3 plus different OBMs. So have the 3 stories that demonstrate how you have solved problems that align with the different services or solutions you provide. Okay. Again, if y'all have questions, put in the chat. But I'm rocking and rolling. We're on number 5. Okay. This was a huge one. Huge one, huge one, huge one. In the discovery call, assuming it feels natural, which most of the time it should, add value. Add value, add value, add value. Give them ideas, give them frameworks, pull in something that you have learned before, just as something to get them thinking. I personally will not hire anyone unless I learned something from them, learned something of value on that discovery call. So maybe it is, oh, yeah. Did you know that there is a software Go High Level that actually you can do all the automations for all of those different things? Something like that. That's an easy one. Oh, consider Go High Level, consider HubSpot, and consider ClickUp. I don't know; those aren't even apples to apples. But you know what I mean. Give them that. Give them that taster of the value that you can bring. The reason why I will not hire someone who does not already bring you value is if I already know everything that they know, you're not nearly as valuable to me and a part of my team because I'm going to not only be managing you, paying you, but also now training you, which I don't have time for. So again, you want to show them that you have value and demonstrate it as quickly as possible. Awesome. All right. Number 6. Number 6. This is for more of the seasoned online business manager, but I really like it if you have easy pricing, if you have good, better, best options. If it is just, hey, I heard everything you say, this is exactly the services that I provide, and here are the 3 ways that I can help you. This package looks like this package looks like this package looks like that. And if you want to customize it, sure, those will be little add-ons. Now, the reason why I say that this is for more of a seasoned OBM is because oftentimes we don't know what we really want to do the three services we want to really focus on when we're starting out, right? Sometimes we don't know how many hours something is going to take us or what that deliverable will look like. Then possibly an hourly rate and just saying, yeah, I charge X, Y, and Z an hour works for you. That is also very easy, right? So the easier the pricing, the the easier and more likely that the CEO will want to move forward in your direction because it is less friction for them to say yes. Does that make sense for everyone? We are rocking and rolling. Okay. Okay. Um, big one. Thank you emails, follow up emails. Y'all, this one is huge. And if anything else, you could automate it. Like, don't highly recommend you have something that is more personable. But again, the thank you email means so much, and especially if it has something heartfelt, or especially if you're adding value, or especially you go back and say, hey, we talked about go high level. I found this resource or this plugin that actually I think would solve your problem. Here you go. Take a look. They're not going to know how to put in that plugin, but they're looking at it like, wow, this person who I have not even paid yet went out and spent 15 minutes researching this problem that I have and gave me my solution for free. Oh, and took the time to follow up with me, or to thank me for my time, because they know that my time is very, very, very valuable, and their time is too. Thank you notes, thank you notes, thank you notes. Cannot stress that enough. There are several CEOs that I speak to who will not hire someone, whether it's an agency, whether it's employee, whether it's a contractor, whatever, if they don't get a thank you note, because it's just common decency. And again, the way that you are treating them as the prospect, like they're the prospect, you are the seller, that's how you're going to treat their prospects. And they want to make sure that the OBM who's running the entire business is going to treat their prospects and their clients with like they are gold, right? So again, it's the walk the walk. Okay. This one I really like, and I think is something that people do not do, but can really, really help. References. So I don't hire anyone without speaking to someone else who has worked with them. Now I know that this is probably like, well, yeah, Ashley, but when someone sends you a reference, like obviously it's going to be someone who's going to really, really give glowing reviews to them. Yeah, sure, that is absolutely correct, and that's what I expect. If I hear something that like kind of makes me nervous on the reference call, then I definitely know red flag, not going to happen. But make the references job as easy as possible. And what I mean by this is prepare them. Okay. If you are selling me, the prospect, a CRM, um, a CRM implementation, right? And the top things that are really, really important to me are project management, making sure that I feel communicated with, and I feel that it's a very thought out CRM. You want to make sure that the references that you are giving to them can speak to times that you have been a really good project manager. If you're not giving exactly apples to apples services. If you didn't help this reference do the exact same solution, like you didn't help this reference integrate a CRM, do something that is transferable. A time, hey Susie, my reference, talk about a time that I was great at project management. Talk about a time that I was really, really good at communication. This CEO really, really cares about my value system. Talk about my value system. Otherwise, The reference is going to go to whatever is easiest or whatever they remember most about you. Well, maybe you didn't work for this person as an OBM. Maybe you were working for this person as a social media manager before you got into being an OBM. And so that person, the reference is going to talk about your social media skills. They're going to talk about how, like, the amazing metrics you got. Well, me, as your actual prospect, I don't want you to do social media. So that doesn't matter to me. So I'm on the phone with this reference, and sure, they're giving you glowing reviews, but nothing about things that relate to my business, nothing that relates to what I am hiring you for. Make everyone's job easier, especially because they are doing things to help you. Okay. Now, I don't mean have the reference make things up. I don't mean make it canned, but guide them so they know what points to talk about or what points to anchor on. Okay. I may have beat that one to death, but it's just so important. Okay. My final one. Keep following up. If you don't hear from them in a week, keep following up. If it's been 3 months, don't keep following up. Keep following up, keep following up. Think about the avatar that you are selling to. They are bright, shiny object people. They are changing priorities all the time. They are super, super busy. They may still want an online business manager, but maybe they got really, really distracted. Maybe something happened in their life. 2/3 of business that gets closed because of the follow-up. And oftentimes people say, like, follow up 5 times and then leave them alone. No, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up until they say stop. Now, when I say follow up, I don't mean a quick automated email saying, like, hey, ready to get started? No, this needs to be something of value. Hey, I know you talked about your CRM. I know you were interested in Go High Level. Here are the top 5 tips to get Go High Level started in your company. I don't know. Again, making this up. But those are quick things that you could probably grab from ChatGPT and put into an email for them that, again, adds value. Keep following up, keep following up, keep following up. Okay, y'all. That was all 9 of them. I'm sure I could probably do a whole other 30 minutes on probably even more of these, but I thought that these were really, really important because it's these oftentimes nuanced things that are going to put you light years ahead of the competition. And if you are thinking all the time that, hey, the way that I treat this prospect is the way that they think that I am going to treat their prospects, and you knock it out of the park, then they have seen you. They now have proof that you have knocked it out of the park. So important. Okay. If there are more sessions like these, we do a ton of sessions on like people, I bring in experts because I always really love doing that. But if there's things like this, that you really, really, really want to know or you're curious about, whatever, please let us know, because this is why we're here. This is why we built this business. This is why we decided to make it an ecosystem, so that it is an ongoing feedback loop, exactly from the prospects to the OBMs. We put the feedback in the training and in the matching, and it keeps on going. Question. I struggle with this portion of things because the strategy position of helping someone can drastically affect the pricing for a client. How would we solve this? Oh, for easy pricing. In this scenario, I think that it is really important to anchor. Because you're right. You're not going to know exactly what that looks like until you do an audit or whatever that first deep dive is. Um, so, what I would recommend in this scenario, you can still package three different strategy options and make the like good, better, best. Make the best super customizable, aka super expensive, right? And then tell the client, like, we can go anywhere from here. Our options are between, obviously, this wouldn't make sense, but like $100 and $1,000 and anywhere in between. And so that's wherever your budget is, depending on what you're looking for, that's where we can really get you. So I think when it is completely custom or when it is strategy like this, it's really, really important just to anchor them. Um, another question. What about when they say they want to hop on a discovery call to see about fit, but I can't seem to nail them down on a time? Follow up, follow up, follow up. And how this one is mainly about how they like to communicate. So you may just be hitting them up on email, maybe hit them up on LinkedIn, maybe hit them up on Facebook. If you have their email or you have their number, maybe call them, maybe text them. I think that we default to email, especially if we've been in corporate for such a long time. But I'm seeing more and more people in their professional world want to interact and communicate by text. And you could see on my face the disgust that I have during that. I am very much so personal life is text and professional world is email, but a lot of people aren't. So also think about how to make it as easy for them as possible to schedule. So do you have a Calendly? Do you have a calendar link? Are there a ton of different times in that? Do you recommend, hey, instead of hopping on a call to see if we're a fit, I can go back and forth with Voxer on you or with you, so we can whenever you're in or you ask me a question and I'll get to it and back and forth, back and forth. So there are so many different ways to make it happen. It depends on how creative you want to get, and then if really that's the type of client you want. Um, qu- uh, Question. I'm having a hard time figuring out the best way to create those tiered levels, like what would be included in each, because when you do have a lower level tier, it feels like you're not able to give them all they need to succeed. Then I don't know if that should be the lower level. Like maybe your clients or who you're trying to help, you need to up level what that lowest tier is. Because if you can't guarantee, if you can't see how this is giving them results by the lowest tier, then you're getting them started on something that you know they're not going to be able to really achieve what they want. Does that make sense? Um, and it's okay to have high prices. Like, it's okay. Um, and I encourage you to. Um, Liam makes a great point. If they want the lowest tier because of budget, it's okay to say they won't get what they want. Right. It's okay. Like if they say, oh, I only have $1,000, but your thing is $3,000, be like, okay, well, this is what we can do for 1,000. Does that work for you? It's not going to get you what you want, but it's what we can do for 1,000. And we can start there. Okay, guys. Any other questions for me? We absolutely can do another one of these. Pricing is always tricky. Always tricky. And oftentimes it takes years. I mean, Prowess Project has been around for 5.5 years and we're still figuring out pricing. Pricing is an ever evolving thing. Anyone who says that they have locked in pricing and don't have to change it, I think that they are lying. I really do. All right. Y'all, this was wonderful. I hope these are helpful on discovery calls and interviews. Again, it's really, really important to walk the walk, and that's what I was hoping to give to you during this session. Um, Couple announcements that I have. Well, really, it's just we are doing another masterclass at the end of October, the OBM opportunity, where we walk you through what it would look like to be an OBM, what an OBM is, who they hire, etc. We only do these about at most 6 times a year, so this will be our final for the year. This starts on October 28th. And yeah, here's the link. Um, please do one on pricing. We have a live, or not a live, yeah, a live. We did a live on pricing that is in on YouTube. So go check that out. It gives an overview of how we would look at pricing. And then, of course, like we have deeper dives on pricing and can help you kind of structure your own starter pricing. And I say starter because it's always going to evolve in OBM University. So yeah, go check out YouTube. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Speak soon.